Dear Kristy,
Yes.
you are no stranger to the Victorian tourism industry and Victoria Tourism Industry Council. You shared some insights and gold earlier around the working visa and working holiday visas and the backpacker market. For anyone that wasn't in the room, what are we missing out on?
Well, we've got record numbers of working holiday makers in Australia right now, not just back up over pre-pandemic levels, but February this year beat the previous record, which was December 2012. There's over 182,000 working holiday makers in Australia right now, seeing great numbers out of the UK, great numbers out of Ireland and France. The UK numbers are just about to jump up again because from the 1st of July, any working holiday maker from the UK who's previously been here for a year can come back and do another 2 years. So those numbers are just going to go through the roof this summer. And it's a really exciting time to be working in this space because we estimate that most capital cities lost between 30 to 50% of all backpacker product, which they were unable to pivot to a domestic audience, so they just closed down. So we've got a massive undersupply of product, being hostels, touring routes, all those services that backpackers need. And we've got record-breaking numbers. So for mainstream tourism operators, there's a real opportunity right now to diversify your product and really cater to this audience.
This is such a big opportunity. Like you said, for our established operators out there across the industry, whether it's accommodation, attractions, operators, what is a new product that you can think about in the next 6 to 12 months? How can industry engage, even from a workforce perspective, because we hear a lot about skill shortage when there was an exit? How can industry engage in having someone work that is on a work from holiday visa?
Well, they can go to the hostels. Those hostels that are still there have backpacker job boards. There's also what we call soft landing companies, so companies that help working holiday makers when they first arrive to get them their tax file number and their SIM card for their phone and a bank account and all of that stuff. They obviously help them get work as well, so they always have their job boards too. Otherwise, you can engage with BTIC to point you in the right direction. Otherwise, there's a dedicated industry council for this sector, which is Youth Tourism Victoria. So you can reach out to them or me, and I'm always happy to point you in the right direction as well.
Kristy's always there. Now, from the operator, from the product development point of view, I think this is a very poignant, and even when we're talking about the quality tourism framework, accreditation and a program that's just about to launch, I think you've just put this top of mind. You certainly did for me when we're carving out and thinking about innovating.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the time, people think of backpackers as not having much money to spend, but they are most certainly high-yielding travellers. Their average length of stay is 9.4 months, and their average spend is nearly $28,000, which is a lot of money. Your average visitor, your regular leisure visitor, average spend is about $5,000. So there's a lot of money to be made from this sector. Please don't think of your backpackers in Coles with no shoes on buying their 2-minute noodles. Believe me, they have money to spend, and there is a huge opportunity for industry to leverage the record-breaking numbers we have at the moment.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. And I think you've just opened a whole new door and window for many who have been here today and also hopefully who are listening to this conversation.
Great. Despina, I could talk about this forever.
Thank you.